5 sacks against UNT. How did the pass rush get that done? What was the scheme and plan there?
Well, what we wanted to do is go into this game as best we could, and I think we talked about that before in here, and be able to sack the quarterback during the game without blitzing, without putting additional pressure on the secondary. And, you know, that's a big focus for us. And guys like Justin and Kyron Mitchell, those guys continue to give us things, you know, that allow us to get to the quarterback. And it's more than a schematic thing, although I do like taking credit for that kind of stuff. But it's more than schematic things than it is their effort. And, you know, they work really hard to recognize the protections of the offensive line and of the offense and help us as a staff to be able to come up with good plans, good ways to get them to be able to beat the protection and sack the quarterback, especially at those key moments. So like I said, more than scheme, it's more about those guys and their effort and their want to be able to get there. What has helped us, not this last game only, but you know, throughout the season, is going to help us as we keep moving forward.
So what challenges does Kenny Hill present this week?
Well, he's a guy who can make plays with his feet. I won't say that he is a running quarterback. That's not the focus, but he does extend plays. He extends plays with his feet. If you don't keep him contained in the pocket, he presents problems because he can run. He runs really well, but he's also developed himself into a really good passer, a good quarterback. And so just the threat of him running, I think he has tremendous weapons, you know, the guys that he's throwing it to. And so you have to do a great job of keeping him contained. You have to do a good job from a secondary standpoint of showing him different looks. He's playing behind an offensive line who is mature, experienced. They played before, and they're huge. So they're going to be a challenge for us defensively. But from a secondary standpoint, I think we can help those guys I talked about up front. We can help them by giving them different looks in the secondary.
So against UNT, those first couple drives, they did a good job of getting yards after the catch. But you took that away from them after the second drive. Were there any adjustments that were made, or was it just a matter of, you know, playing through those first couple series?
Well, there's a lot of yelling and screaming on the sideline. We dumped the Gatorade cooler over because the big plays that we gave up there early simply missed tackles, and we work on those things daily. You know, guys taking poor angles. It happens so fast. You know, sometimes you don't realize you're in a rainstorm. You forgot your umbrella, right? And it just kind of, you know, it was on our guys quickly, and they just left their fundamentals, you know, left them at the door. But as we got into it, and there was not Gatorade tossing on the sidelines, it was just more of us as a staff talking to these guys about, hey, this is not what we do. We don't go and run past the football. And guys playing with their heads down. That's not what we do. That's not good fundamental football. And so there's a couple plays of that, right? But until, you know, our guys are not perfect, and so we have to continually work to eliminate that, to have them understand that they can't have any of those plays against good teams. And you know, the team we played last week, they're not a bad offense. If you give them things, they'll capitalize. They'll make yards and points on those things. So it's all in a process for us of growing and understanding that every play, we can't punt, right? We can't punt. So every play is vital for us to be exactly where we're supposed to be, doing it with an incredible amount of energy and effort.
So Coach Chad said Lancaster's out this week. I know he's second string, but how do you guys replace him on the depth chart?
Well, we just have to have other guys step up. You know, guys like Eric Sutton, who's been a remarkable player on special teams for us. He's just gonna have to step up, and I think that Eric is ready for that challenge. Losing Sid, of course, is tremendous. Not only because of what he does on the field, but his leadership. And you know, the guys, as they did on the field at the time when he was injured, they really lean on said, and so he won't be able to play, but he'll be there and he'll provide support for our team. But it is very unfortunate when you lose a guy to injury, but it opens a window, it opens a door for the next guy, and that's kind of how we've tried to train our team, is to understand that you're getting reps. Eric got reps in the Stephen F. Austin game for the UNT opportunity. Got reps in the UNT and the Stephen F. Austin game for the TCU opportunity. So we'll continue. We hope not major injuries, but we'll continue to have guys for one reason or another who have to sit down, who have to come out. And the mark of a good team and of a good defense is when you're able to have backups who can step in and you don't lose a beat. And that was a challenge that I put on our defense, is that when we have backups in the game, okay, we have to perform just as well as, now let's be realistic, if they perform as well as the starter, they be the starter. But there can't be a significant drop off. And that's kind of what we're dealing with in replacing said.
So y'all held UNT to, I think, 69 yards on the ground after they ran for over 400 against Lamar. What were the keys to holding their run game in check?
Well, I think guys just, when you talk about run fits, you put planes in the air, and the seams on those planes, they're really tight, right? And that's what we talk about when we talk our run defense. You wouldn't want to get on a plane where there's things not bolted down, where there's holes in there, So the fits in this game, they were incredibly tight. That's just guys being where they're supposed to be, not wanting to do somebody else's job, but simply do yours in the best way that you can. And it's just that simple, right? So I'm not really that smart. It's not like rocket science. It's just you be here, he's going to be here. When you have the opportunity to make the tackle, we're going to get it done. Our guys did a good job of that throughout the game once we had our moments of planes with big seams.